Hi everyone, today I'll show you a deck testing game. I'm testing out my Replicating Perfection deck against a runner who is trying out a Chaos Theory deck. Now, my Replicating Perfection deck is all about heavily icing HQ and R&D, while having lots of money assets such as Sundew and Pet Campaign, with encryption protocols to protect them, and scoring out of hand or scoring unadvanced agendas from the board with Trick of Light. So I'm trying to see if this strategy can work. So I open up with a Celebrity Gift. Thank goodness there are no agendas in my hand, so I can safely ice up R&D without worrying about my HQ. So Chaos Theory gets a run. I'm not sure what he wants to see there, but oh wait, no, he used Dirty Laundry there, so that's fine. I install an Ice Wall and I double advance it because I have a Trick of Light in hand. I can instantly score any 3-point agenda that I see. And yes, I have a Brain Trust in hand. I wanted to quickly score it because it's worth 2 points. I wanted to get on the board quickly to threaten the win and force the runner to lose tempo in checking all of my face down cards. It's very bad to check face down cards against my deck because trashing Sundews and Pet Campaigns and the like is very tempo consuming, which is exactly what I want. Meanwhile, I continue to ice out R&D. Against Shapers, you always have to ice out R&D. My HQ is pretty safe, so a single Ice Wall over it will do the trick. I might even consider not raising it yet. Although the runner should know that it's an Ice Wall, having seen my hand and knowing that I advanced it twice previously. I have a second encryption protocol. Getting 2 encryption protocols this early on is a huge boon to me because now it's even more expensive for the runner to trash my assets. And best is that I have now another Trick of Light. I can only have 3 Trick of Lights in my deck, and having seen 2 in the first few opening cards is so great. It's very great for advancing my agendas. However, I draw into 2 4/2 agendas, so I need to masquerade them as assets before I can do anything. I can Trick of Light to score them. Seeing that the runner has 3 clone chips out, I'm a bit wary. I know that she can easily run and summon a lot of nasty stuff to combat my ice. So icing up both HQ and R&D becomes very important, especially now that I have agendas in hand. So the runner didn't run on my Nisei, so I get to score it for free. I guess for me, scoring Brain Trust is somewhat better than scoring the 4/2s because Brain Trust can be scored out of hand, whereas Niseis require the risk of installing them on the board. However, having the Nisei token is so huge. I can't even begin to explain how good it is to be able to end the run whenever you need to. I have a Sundew out now, and as long as the runner doesn't care about it, I'll be gaining a lot of good income. The runner continues to accumulate a lot of credits. I think I've seen 3 daily casts, Kitty Jones, and the Prof Context. Now he's on 39 credits, so I know that my servers are vulnerable no matter what. He can easily just bring out his Fractal Decoder and Killer with 3 clone chips and rush through any server he wants. Yes, and now he's up to 45 credits. This is definitely more than enough to break through any server, any day of the week. At least I'm drawing into my ice. This deck is rather ice-light. I only have 17 pieces of ice like NBN. But the strength of this deck is that because I do not need to protect my assets. My assets are all either... I don't need to protect my agendas. I either score from hand or masquerade them as assets. So I can dedicate all my ice to my central servers, which is very important, considering that I'm not drawing too many economic assets yet, so my income is rather weak. Okay, now he begins pulling out all the stops. He's assembling his rig, and it consists of lots of femme fatales. I've seen this before, except that in the iteration I saw it previously, it was with Test Run Scavenge. This one's with Retrieval Run, and he gets 2 femme fatales out, and Loudly Flying Tooth the ice on R&D. So I have a Grim and Charm in hand, and I see the Interns in hand as well, which is very good. Interns allows me to... I purposely included one of it in my deck so that I can install for free. I knew that my game is going to revolve around very heavily iced servers, central servers. So having interns will really help. It serves as an economic card as well. I mean, yeah, saving 4 or 5 credits on installation is huge. So I put the Grim on top, making it expensive for him to get through. And meanwhile scoring a clone retirement out of hand. He retrieval runs and fems the last one more piece of ice. So now I only have one piece of ice that can stop him, which is the innermost one. He plays his Maker's Eye, and since I only have 9 credits, it really isn't worth it to rest them to force him to break with fem since he has 44 credits. Yes, it's much more of an economic loss for me than him. So I rest the data pipe, forcing him to bring out his Omega. Sheesh. So that's why he didn't fem my innermost piece of ice. Well, he's gonna get through for sure. And he's gonna see 3 cards from R&D. I'm not too concerned because he hasn't scored a single agenda yet. So, yeah. However, he does the Maker's Eye a second time, and because he trashed 2 of my economic assets, Jackson Howard and Pet Campaign during the first run, his second run allows him to see 3 new cards, one of which is a Gila Hands, and 2 of which are Operations of Ice. So, yep. Meanwhile, I casually remarked to him that running with 2 cards in hand, a snare would have killed him there. Although I was just throwing him off because I didn't have a snare. So I installed the charm over with Interns, and this turned out to be a very fantastic play against this particular deck because he's relying on Fem to break subroutines, to bypass ice instead of breaking subroutines with traditional breakers. So the one piece of ice that can stop him cold is Chum. If he bypasses the next piece of ice, he's going to take 3 net damage, which will greatly slow him down. Yeah. Charm is normally not good once the opponent has a Guardian Blade or a Torch out, but in this particular scenario, it is incredibly effective. For even forcing him to jack out. I mean, have you seen someone with 24 credits jack out after seeing a rest cost 1 piece of ice? Charm is just amazing. And furthermore, I got to install it with Interns, so I saved on 4 credits right there. It's good stuff. Meanwhile, I drawn 2 more pieces of ice as expected, and I am on 5 points now, having scored a Nisei, a Brain Trust, and a Clone Retirement. So any of my 2 pointers will win me the game. I have a Brain Trust in hand, and I have a Private Security Force lying down on the floor. So what I do is to install both ice up my Private Security Force, put my Brain Trust there, and advance my PSF once. I knew that the only way he could get through the Eli that was above the Private Security Force was to spend 2 clicks. And even if he scored that, I would have scored the other remote, which is the Brain Trust for the game. So I was fine with it. And I think he knew it too, so his only hope there was to assault R&D. But he was only on 2 points, having 2 1-point agendas, so I highly doubted that he would be able to win the game off R&D alone. And of course, to rub the salt in his wounds, I stopped his run dead cold with Nisei. What you gonna do now? He still has a lot of credits, but he can't do anything with those credits. That's the problem with running Femme Fatales, playing the Femme Fatale bypass game. I scored a PSF for the win. And that's it. Replicating Perfection indeed is a very amazing ability, very, very unique to this game, and you can create some rather strong decks with it by leveraging on its ability. You don't have, yes, Jinteki is by no means a flatline faction. You can easily play it like this: tax the runner and force them to lose a lot of tempo from forcing central runs. The only problem I saw when I built this deck was that I had to import a lot of out of faction ice. Jinteki has very poor cards with infection, so I guess that's what balances this ID out. if you see this ID in any other corp faction, it will be overpowered, I suppose. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. See you around.